everybody, and welcome to Stellos Stadium in Nashua. We are set for football. It'll be the Nashua North Titans hosting the Exeter Bluehawks in a battle of undefeateds. It is week 4. Both teams are 3-0. I'm John Collins along with Tom King. We're waiting both teams to run out onto the field and the national anthem, so we're minutes away from kickoff, Tom, of what should be a great game.
I think it's the game of the year for us right now because in terms of this young season, this is week 4. This will be the best game, the best matchup. You know, and I thought that last week when Exeter hosted Merrimack, and Exeter blew them away 41-7. So in my mind, North is going to have its hands full tonight, John, defensively. They really are, and offensively. Merrimack's got a lot of offensive weapons. They could only muster 1 touchdown, 7 points in a game against Exeter last week. So right now, the Blue Hawks, I'm going to say, are going to be the best team that the Titans face all season long.
It's high praise as they break through a banner that says, "Our blue is better than you." That's such a good line. It might work its way into a Tom King article.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I didn't see the banner, so that's a good idea.
And both teams would like to say that before the start of this game.
Well, you know, this is going to be a situation where I think both teams right now look like playoff teams. They look like playoff teams. Exeter's going to be in there. I don't see anybody in the Seacoast challenging them for the top spot in their conference. North, on the other hand, they're going to deal with South and Merrimack, and now Bishop Girton.
Yes.
The way Bishop Girton's played. They're keen tonight.
Really well last week.
So I think that the thing is Exeter with Ryan Gravala, the quarterback, throws a little bit more than they used to. But who has the best player on the field? North does in Curtis Harris. So how they match up as we do the anthem right now, we'll have to wait and see.
And we are ready for football here at Stellos on a very pleasant Friday evening in late September. It is week 4. We are simulcasting tonight's live broadcast on Nashua ETV with Exeter Bluehawk Media Channel 13. Their production coordinator is Doug York, the executive producer of Nashua ETV, seated right next to me manning the controls here at Stellos. That's Pete Johnson. And Pete, we won an award that Jason Roby just talked about before the start of the game. So it was the, why don't you tell me what it was?
Yes, we won Best Sports Programming for the Alliance for Community Media Nor'easter Video Festival. It's an annual festival that's held for all of New England and New York. So we won in pretty prestigious company. We won one once about 6 years ago, and this will be our second first place prize that we've won in that category. So, and that was for last year's Turkey Bowl game.
That Turkey Bowl game, which I said during the telecast, was as good as any network production, and that's thanks, number one, to Pete Johnson, who's been doing this for a long time. And Nashua was very fortunate to have him manning the controls here at Nashua ETV. A well-deserved award for Pete above all, I would say. The captains are down at midfield right now. We're handling the coin toss. The co-captains for Exeter. Sean Collins, Thatcher Allen, and Derek Edmiston. And North's 4 captains come trotting to the sideline, and both teams are hyped up for this one, as you would imagine. Curtis Harris, Tom mentioned, he's number 21. He'll be prominently figuring in today's game. He's been amassing tons of offense since the season began. North amassing big point totals in their first 3 games. They defeated Winnacunnet 35-8, Spalding 36-0, and then at Dover last week, a 41-6 win on the Seacoast as the Curtis Harris show continued. Meanwhile, Exeter's been putting up some very impressive numbers of their own, starting with an opening week win over Bishop Girton, a very strong Bishop Girton team that we have seen here on Nashua TV. The Blue Hawks won 29-6. Then in week 2, they beat Keene 49-7, and they capped it off with the 3rd week win over Merrimack 41-7, almost an identical score to North's victory over Dover last week. So who is going to win this battle of the undefeateds? It is a kickoff that goes from right to left. Exeter picks it up, and they're going to return it to about the 35-yard line. Jaden Cleash, one of the 28 seniors on this Exeter squad. A ton of experience, a large number of senior class members. At the start of training camp, Exeter had 83 varsity players and 37 freshmen for a total of 120 to start the season, thanks largely to the Exeter Seahawks feeder program, which was probably the best in the state. Before we have our first play from scrimmage, we have our first flag. And it's a neutral zone infraction against North, so they must have lined up wrong on defense. And some might call it a little bit of a nitpicking call to begin the game and set a tone of flags flying, but we'll see how it plays out. First of all, the wing tee for Exeter, the offense led by Ryan Gravalia, has a little bit of an advantage here, 1st and 5. And getting a piece of the ball carrier as he went through the line. North's defense steps up and stuffs up first run there of the ball game. Anytime you play the wing tee, you have to expect a ton of running plays, and a ton of them will go right there up the middle. So you got to be strong in the center, and North sending a bit of a message on the first down there. Unfortunately, it's 2nd and short because of the 5-yard neutral zone infraction penalty to begin the game. There's a handoff trying to pick his way through traffic, and a big hit short of the line to gain. So the Titans, Xavier Provost and Max Ackerman in on the tackle for the Titans. Sometimes it's tough to pick out most of the time it's tough to pick out the Exeter ball carrier. He's got a phalanx of blockers surrounding him on those plays that go right up the middle. So we already have our first 3rd and short key play of the game. And we are just over a minute into this 12-minute opening quarter. Exeter trying to get a yard to get a first down here on 3rd and short, and they get it. Heavy hit. Curtis Harris absolutely levels the ball carrier, Jaden Cleash, but not before Cleash gets the first down. The forward progress, he got 2 yards before he met the Curtis Harris show. And wow, that was a hit and a half by Harris, shoulder to shoulder, to level Cleash. And that was junior against senior right there. Harris, grade 11 on your roster. The first down play, a rollout. Gravalia throwing deep down the middle. He's got a receiver just overthrows by a yard or 2. Great bid by Exeter. That must certainly have caught the Titans off guard, going for a deep ball on 1st and 10 from midfield. And Gravalia showing off a fantastic throwing arm right there, actually too strong on the toss. right down the middle of the field. If he dropped it about 2 yards shorter, it would have been a chance for the home run catch. So it's 2nd and 10. Titans defense ready for the wing tee. The handoff is up the middle and actually off the left tackle, and that's a tackle for a 1 yard gain, maybe a 2 yard gain they'll call it. Forward progress. North's tacklers, starting with the Curtis Harris hit, driving these Exeter ball carriers backwards after first contact. Not only are you not seeing many broken tackles early and yards after contact, but actually ball carriers are getting driven in the backward direction as North sending a message early on D. So it's 3rd and long. Rolling out, Gravalia looking to toss. Now he's going to run. He's trying to get to the yard to gain, and he gets driven out of bounds at about the 47 of North. So it's going to be 4th down, and it looks like Exeter is going to punt. Gravalia, the quarterback, is also the punter, and he's dropping back. Of course, he's also a threat to fake it with all his tools, including that great arm that he just showed. So North is going to go back into receive this punt, and Gravalia, a low end over end, is going to bounce and get inside the 10. An excellent punt by Ryan Gravalia, and it's going to be down at about the 5. So 95 yards between North and the goal line here, as they have put up a large number of points this season, but they're going to have to start from deep in their own end to put any points up tonight against this Exeter Bluehawks team that is very stingy about giving up any points. They had the shutout in week 2, and otherwise 8 points in week 1 and 6 points in week 3 for a total of 14 on the season. Now the direct snap. Harris is going to throw it. You got to watch out. That's not a lateral. And he gets away and up the sideline. Somehow Xavier Provost was able to make something out of what looked like a busted pass play to the sideline. Ball was originally at the 5, and Provost is going to be marked out of bounds at close to the 10. Actually, they're going to move him back a little bit to just inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Titans. Harris keeps it, looking for an opening, and he is driven back. Good center interior defense by the Bluehawks. Looked like Yuli Ellis was among the tacklers that got Harris down, and actually may have gained a half a yard on that. Call it 3rd down and 6. Deep in his own end. Harris seems to be changing the play. He's got 3 receivers split wide to the right. Curtis takes the snap, rolls to his right, throws it, and it is incomplete. Had a receiver wide open over there. That was Ed Brassity, and Ed was open in the flat, but it was just underthrown a little bit. Did seem to hit him in the chest as he went to the turf, but the Titans are forced to punt from their own end zone now after the 3 and out. Harris with that great athleticism. He's a huge threat to run the ball, but the rollout and the good throwing arm hit his receiver in the chest, maybe just a little bit too low. So that's promising for later in the game. And the punt gets it away. The punt by Sam Nichols comes down just inside the 30 and takes a Exeter bounce toward their opponent's end zone. So you don't get any better field position than this unless you get a turnover in the red zone. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. The Bluehawks need just 31 yards to do what no other team has done so far this season, which is score points against the Titans here at Stellos. They had the 1 home game, and it was the shutout against Spalding. Ryan Gravalia, the quarterback for Exeter, under center in a run formation. The handoff, the ball's on the turf, and North has it. Johnny on the spot. The ball carrier was hit immediately after the handoff. And the recovery made by Jose Velasquez. Jose on the spot right there as he jumps right on it. And it's a big turnover, to say the least, as Exeter had tremendous field position. First and 10 for the Titans. Curtis Harris in the shotgun. Got receivers split left and right. And they're going to run it on first down. It's the quarterback keeper. He's got a nice block on the end. Curtis Harris to the sideline, to the 50. It's a track meet. Curtis Harris eludes one tackler. He is brought down inside the 20. A great tackle by number 22, Spencer Clark. Saved a touchdown. From the 32 of North to the 18 of Exeter. That is about a 50-yard run by Harris. First and 10 for the Titans. The key block on the end sprung Harris, and he found his way to the sideline, sidestepped one tackle, and had only one man to beat. But able to bring him down was Spencer Clark. A thrilling play, courtesy of Curtis and his great legs down the near sideline. Now it's second down and about 6 for North. Play didn't look like much, but it netted a good 4 yards on first down. Harris has Xavier Provost in motion. Provost has it, trying to get outside, and he does, and he may have gotten the first down, close to the pylon. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 5. I thought he might have got out of bounds earlier. It looked like Xavier was headed for the pylon cam there, and he was actually marked out of bounds at the 5. That's a North first down. They needed 6 and got about 8. So first and goal for the Titans at the 5. A scoreless game. Harris looking for an opening, and he's in. Touchdown, Curtis Harris on the 5-yard keeper. 6:56 remaining in the first quarter, and the Titans strike first. 6-0 North. Curtis Harris is good at football. You saw the tremendous hit, the opening statement on defense by number 21. He mixes a 50-yard run in here in a touchdown drive of 68 yards. The point after is good. Lucas Cunningham bangs it through, and it's a 7-0 North lead. 5 minutes into the opening quarter. Welcome again to our Exeter Blue Hawk Media viewers on Channel 13 over in York. Over in Exeter, excuse me. I saw Doug York on the thing. They are not in York, Maine. They are in Exeter. And also, of course, Nashua TV. We're live here on a Friday, September 27. Welcome all. Beautiful night here on the banks of the Nashua River. You see the scores come along. Week 1, week 2, week 3. Both teams piling up the points against lesser opponents. Now you have a clash of Titans and Seahawks here. And Exeter, I'm sure, was not treated that way on any offensive series or playing defense against an offense so far this season. Now they're going to try to return the favor. And on the return is Jaden Cleash. And he gets hit and downed at about the 27-yard line. It'll be first and 10 for Exeter. Solid kick coverage there by the Titans, who have looked good in all facets of the game so far tonight. Offense, defense, and special teams. First and 10 for Exeter, which operates out of the wing T for many years a run-heavy offense. This offseason, Coach Ball stated in an interview he was looking at a more balanced approach to involve more passing, and their first 3 games certainly showed that. And also earlier in this game showed it. Nice run up the right tackle slot. Jaden Cleash moves the chains. Exeter's best run of the ball game following the North score. So a determined Blue Hawks offense coming out, following up on the turnover that they surrendered that led directly to that touchdown by Curtis Harris. The offense determined to make up for it here. As Cleash bangs into Gravalia in the backfield, and it was not the ball carrier. Ryan Gravalia totally fooled me with that. I thought that he had it or the other guy had it. It was the third guy that had it, number 26, Derek Edmiston on the carry. Good for 4 yards, so might have fooled some of the North defenders as well. 2nd down and 6 at the 43-yard line of the Blue Hawks. We are midway through the first quarter. 7-0. The Titans lead it. Exeter trying to answer back. Trying to get outside is Edmiston. He does successfully for the first down. He's going to be to the 45 of North, and another Exeter first down. Make it the 46, 1st and 10 for the Blue Hawks. It was about in this spot on the field where Gravalia surprised everybody by throwing deep down the middle on 1st down. Let's see if they just stick with the basics here on 1st and 10 at the 46, and they do. Cleash gets a seam and he's gone. Jaden Cleash at the 20, the 10, and he is down inside the 5. Great hustle to save a touchdown by Xavier Provost, as it looked like Cleash was going to go the distance, but Provost caught him from behind, and the Titans have an opportunity for a goal line stand. Jaden Cleash looked like a big wave surfer in Hawaii. He just emerged from the tube. He was in the middle of a pile of blue shirts, it looked like, and he came out the other side with a full head of steam. Provost catches him. It's 1st and goal to go from the 2 for the Blue Hawks, trying to tie this game. The handoff is to Cleash, and he is got to be in. Touchdown, Exeter, 6 points. So the Blue Hawks go right down the field and score. Just about the same distance of a drive as Curtis Harris and the Titans offense just pulled off. And the extra point here will determine whether we do have a tie game. 7-6 for the moment. And the kicker, Danny Doris, also a running back, starting this game. Is a kick up and in through the uprights. And it is a 7-7 contest.
Here we are on Exeter TV.
Pete Johnson showing the feed, Exeter TV, and we are looking sharp from mid-state to the coast. I wanted to say coast to coast. I guess they could say bank to coast, Nashua River Bank to coast. And it's so far this game is living up to the pregame expectations. Some spectacular talent down on the field and bursts of offense through some stingy defenses. We've got a 7-7 contest. 4 minutes and 50 seconds left to go, first quarter. It's early in the season. The Vegas odds would say that this matchup has the potential to be a playoff matchup, a very high potential. Exeter seems on a beeline to take their East Division. North has a very good chance, very good team, ready to take the West title. Here's a kind of a pooch kickoff. It's got to be grabbed, and it's a nice job of grabbing it out of the air. Jaden Espinal returns it to the 50. Espinal with a nifty move into Exeter territory. And that little semi-onside kick by Exeter kind of backfires there, thanks to Jordan Espinal, Jaden's alertness to grab it out of the air and run near sideline with it. Eluded one or two tackles to make ground, gain ground into, and what, we got a block in the back. They're going to take it. They're going to take it back. The officials throw the flag. It's a block in the back against the Titans. Somewhere in the mix. Officials saw an illegal block, and so that erases the fine return of Jaden Espinal. Apparently it was a spot of the foul call. That was about where he fielded it before he took off. 1st and 10 for the Titans. Successful in their last possession from the 32. They'll start here from the 37. Xavier Provost is in motion. They fake the handoff to him. Harris is going to keep it. Jukes inside one defender, but Exeter finishes them off just beyond the line of scrimmage. Short gain on 1st down. Edmiston on the tackle. Derek among 3 Exeter Blue Hawk players. Harris looking to the sideline. Dante Lorendi, head coach of Nashua High North, with a talented team of assistant coaches. Curtis Harris throws. He's got a man open, and it's just over the head of Lucas Cunningham. He got his left hand on it, but a little bit up and out of the strike zone there for Harris on the run to his right. 3rd down and 8 for the Titans with 4:04 remaining 1st quarter. Exeter looking to get a stop following their score, which would put the momentum firmly back on their side. Let's see what happens, though. Harris has a would-be sacker to beat. He stumbles to the turf, and it goes as a sack. I was just pausing to see if they might call a late hit on the guy that fell on him, but it was kind of an innocent play, I guess, at the very end. A sack for the Blue Hawks. Who got the sack? 22. Thank you. Number 22 for Exeter. Spencer Clark has made his 2nd big tackle of the game. He was the one that stopped Harris from going to the house earlier at the end of a 50-yard run. And he makes a big sack there on the blitz of Harris. He got just enough of them to create a stumble and fall. They will let it come to rest at the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Blue Hawks. So still 1st quarter action. Back and forth they go. 7-7 is the score. Looked like Harris was going to roll out and try to pass that ball. I don't believe it was designed as a run, although that's always an option for Harris. Just a good tackle in the open field by Clark. Exeter with that tremendous feeder program. They have always had a high football IQ. All of their players seem to have field awareness, how to win the game. What do you need to do to make a play? That is a great defensive tackle, great play by the Titans to create a loss on 1st down. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Max Ackerman and Lucas Cunningham in on the stop for the Titans. So 2nd and 11. Titans would love to continue to back Exeter up. They let Cleach get loose last time. Gravalia on the rollout, complete, and that is short of the 1st down. It was Cleach who got some space near sideline, but he was tightly covered. Good pass on the run by Gravalia, very accurate. So they needed to get 11, and they got about 7. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for Exeter. They did punt in this territory, very much respecting the Titans defense. Last time they did not treat it as 2-down territory, in other words. So Titans would love to come up with a stop here and force Exeter to punt again. what happens. The handoff is, no, the keeper to Gravalia. He's got the first down, and he makes his way to the sideline. He needed 4, he got about 6. So a well-designed play by the Blue Hawks. The fake handoff to Cleach drew enough defenders that Gravalia was able to get outside easily, or just enough to get the first down, plus 2 bonus yards. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Blue Hawks. 1:43 to go, first quarter. It's been a while since the Blue Hawks threw it deep on first down, but that's always going to be in the back of the Titans' minds. Handoff is to Danny Doris with his first carry of the game, and he gets a nice chunk on first down of about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5. The Blue Hawks with some options now on 2nd down and a long 5 here near midfield. Clock running, 1:12 to go, first quarter. 7-7 game. Handoff was up the middle, and the carry was by Edmiston at the bottom of that pile. Titans do a good job of discerning who the ball carrier is. Every time Gravalia takes that snap from center, he's got 2 or 3 options as far as handing it off, including keeping it himself. And the key is not to get fooled as much as possible. So it's 3rd and a good 5 here for Exeter. Good move. Edmiston gets the first down, and he had the vision for the seam. There wasn't much there, but Derek Edmiston found it with some nifty running in traffic and makes his way past the line to gain. The Blue Hawks continue to move the chains. 1st down and 10. We have a score from the Nashua High South game going on at this time. The Panthers leading the Tomahawks. Nashua South 8 and Merrimack nothing early in that game. We have come to the end of the first quarter. The Blue Hawks are driving. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 44, going right to left when play resumes here in the second quarter. The Nashua High North team 3-0 entering this one. The Curtis Harris Show, led by head coach Dante Lorendi. Chad Zabolis is his assistant coach, along with Kyle Tave, who Tom King told me he considers one of the best youth sports coaches in any sport, anywhere. Tyler Bollier, Zach Harris, Tony Santorsa, Rick Leavenworth, Zach Honeywell, Eric Fowler round out the assistants for Nashua High North. Head coach of Exeter, Bill Ball, has done it for 27 years. And just last year, Bill Ball was inducted into the NHIAA Hall of Fame. Of course, that's the New Hampshire Interscholastic Athletic Association. The other Exeter football legend inducted, Dick Eustace, in 2011. Those two guys will sound familiar for generations because Exeter plays its home games at Eustace Field, located in Bill Ball Stadium. Here we are at Stellos Stadium on the Mata Field turf. 1st and 10 from the 44 for the Blue Hawks. Up the middle it goes, and a big chunk of change on first down for Jaden Cleach. He is very close to a first down. Call it a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd down and 1. The Exeter offensive line's begun to open holes on a more consistent basis here as the first half has gone along. Back to the wing T formation. Straight T at this point. Up the middle, Cleach, another big seam, and he gets it down the middle. The public address announcer for tonight's game, Jason Roby, who always does a good job on the mic and also feeding me little the lingo. That was a straight tee that came from Jason instead of the wing tee in that situation. And it's back to the straight tee with Ryan Gravalia, the senior quarterback, under center. Has his team on the move, 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle. Danny Doris with another carry for big yards on 1st down. He has got another 5 yards for the Blue Hawks. 2nd down and just over 5 yards. Blue Hawks just grinding their way down the field. Handoff and a big hole. Trying to stay on his feet was Derek Edmiston. He got a 1st down and more as he takes it inside the 15-yard line. The tackle finally made by Andy Barry as Edmiston had threatened to go the distance on that carry. The North defense appears to be a bit gassed at the moment, trying to stop these run after runs by the Exeter Blue Hawks offense. 1st and 10 from the 12. And it's a keeper dragged down at about the 9-yard line was Ryan Gravalia. He doesn't keep it a whole lot, so you can't really focus on him too much. And that's why they keep defenses guessing. Plays like that on 1st down instead of the handoff to Doris on 1st and 10. It was a keeper for Gravalia, faking to his running back, and he still gets 5, and 2nd down and about 5 to go to get to the 2. Handoff is to Cleach, and he goes up the middle for maybe 3. It's going to be 3rd down and 1 for the Blue Hawks. Inside the 5-yard line now. Just grinding their way down the field here. Not anything fancy, but the North defense visibly breathing heavy right now, trying to stop this attack. And a keeper, Gravalia, dives forward. He's trying to get that 1st down. Let's see where they mark it. They're going to give it to him, it looks like. He had to get to the 4. Jason thinks they might be short. And it is 4th down. They are short. About a half a yard to go. And a huge play here. The Titans defense needs a surge. It would be a shock if Exeter threw the ball right here. I don't think there would be anybody covering the receiver. Let's see what they do. And Gravalia under center. Is he going to sneak it? No, he's going to turn around, hand it off. And it's Cleach plowing forward to about the 2 or 3 yard line. That's going to be enough for the 1st down. Ball's on the 1. Or the half-yard line. Goal to go for the Blue Hawks. Jaden Cleach, 6 feet, 180 pounds, senior, was their go-to guy on the 4th down play. Exeter back into the straight tee. It's a team photo on every offensive play for the Blue Hawks. And they plunge into the end zone, looked like touchdown. The near side judge with the arms upraised, and so with 7:22 to go in the 2nd quarter, Exeter takes its first lead of the night, 13-7 over the Titans. So some early jitters by the Blue Hawks. They turned it over with a fumble in the backfield. They have corrected that in a big way here, as they've answered back the opening score by Curtis Harris, his 5-yard run, with 2 straight touchdowns for the Blue Hawks, as they grind their way down the field with run after run. In that sequence, no pass plays. Back to the basics for the Blue Hawks. 14-7 score. A lot of football left to be played at Mata.
You ready? It's never too late to order hot dogs, man. Come on. What, you don't want to go down and get any food? I know you did. I'm sitting up here starving, and you're down there playing who knows what.
It sounds like a coach there, Jason Roby, talking to one of his students. Exeter with a different team than last year when they went 4-5 the first time. Exeter High School football did not make the playoffs going back to 2010. EHS last won the Division I championship in 2012 and in 2011. Not too shabby. Back-to-back championships in this decade. And the kickoff down the middle. Nice catch on the run by Ed Brassedy. Brassedy takes it close to the 40. That's good field position to begin for the Titans. We're trying to score to even this game up with this possession. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 39 as they dip into the playbook to see what they can come up with against this Exeter Blue Hawks squad. Curtis Harris back into the shotgun. Lone running back is Anthony Green to his left. He's got slot receiver to the right and some wide receivers on the sideline. Xavier Provost, the slot back, with the handoff. He got about 5 or 6 before he was met near the 46-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and about 4. Definitely more creativity in this North offense. They get their first down 5-yard carries in much different ways. And Provost, they're going to hand it off to him again. He makes his way to a 1st down. Xavier Provost with nifty running through traffic. He looked like he could have been thrown down short of the 1st down marker. Instead, he gets a big chunk more and into Exeter territory. Xavier Provost. Excellent run after initial contact for the junior slot receiver and running back. 1st and 10 from the 46 of Exeter. Harris calling the signals. He's got Provost in motion again, and he's going to keep it this time as he plunges forward for about 3. Actually, they'll give him, about 3 yards. 2nd down and 7 coming up. Exeter defense not fooled. They seem to be very much honed in on number 21 of the Titans. Sort of like a left-handed pitcher and you're a base runner and you want to make sure the pitcher goes to the plate before you take off. They want to make sure that Curtis Harris is actually handing off that football. You're not biting on any fakes. That's a handoff and a case of putting your treasure in a sinking ship right there for the Titans. Although it does produce maybe a couple yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 6. And I'm just feeling a Curtis Harris roll out to the near wide side right here. And he will throw it. It is complete. Good hit, but not wrapping up, and the ball's going to be inside the 40. So this may be 4-down territory for the Titans. Probably a little bit too close to punt for sure. It's going to be 4th down and about 2 yards here. And no question, the Titans are going to go for it. Ball on the 43. They need to get Ball in the 44, they need to get to the 42. And it's going to be Harris looking for an opening, and he has it. He finds enough room to get it to the, oh, it's 36-yard line. I misspoke. That ball was hiked at the 39. They needed to get to the 36, and that's where Curtis Harris was able to get. So the Titans, moving against this stingy Exeter defense, have 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Harris calling the signals, maybe changing the play here. 2 receivers split wide to the left. Green is the running back. And the handoff is to Green. Goes to his left. Actually, that was Brian Mwangi. Brian Mwangi got tackled after a short gain on the play. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. For a guy that hadn't gotten many handoffs, Mwangi must be wondering, why are you keying on me? Exeter just heads up to the handoff and brought him right down. 2nd and long here for the Titans. And they are going to keep it in Harris's hands as he gets hit after a short gain on the play. 3rd down and a good 7. We may see our first pass play in a while here, as the situation seems to cry out for it. However, it is 2-down territory, as Titans have already demonstrated here at 3:46 to go in the first half, trailing 14-7 and fairly deep in Exeter territory. Harris rolling out to his right, pitches it. Provost down the sideline. Xavier Provost 5, touchdown! The Titans go 33 yards on the option play. Curtis Harris drew the tackler, and he sprung Xavier Provost down the right sideline, and we are 1 extra point away from a tie game again. Thrilling play by the Titans. Perfectly timed pitch by Curtis Harris to Xavier Provost, and he exploded past the Exeter defenders down the sideline. Finally had the one player to beat inside the 10, and he did a nifty job of just slipping into the end zone. A James White-like run by Xavier Provost right there. The kick is up, and it is good. We've got a tie game, folks, 14-14. We thought it might be good going in, and it's proving to be even better than that. John Collins along with Tom King. We are live on a Friday, September 27 of 2019. Executive producer Pete Johnson sitting right next to me, and we have Tim O'Neill, our MVP cameraman, upstairs covering the action. We welcome our Exeter Blue Hawk Media Channel 13 viewers with production coordinator Doug York. We're also streaming live in Exeter here on a beautiful Friday night in late September. Perfect football weather. So no question, both teams know we have a game on our hands right now. The question is, does the Titans defense have a solution for that grinded out Exeter offense that seemed like an inevitable machine rolling down the field in their last possession? First, some special teams play here. Good deep kickoff down the middle. It's going to be fielded at the 6-yard line by the Blue Hawks, number 23, Caleb Constance, a junior running back and defensive back. Returns it 20 yards to about the 26-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Exeter. So as the Blue Hawks, I'm sure, have practiced it many times before, starting out at the standard 25-yard line or so. Straight T formation, 1st and 10, 3:20 to go in the first half. And the carry off of right tackle by Spencer Clark. They're mixing it up. Justin Edwards, linebacker, on the stop for the Titans after a gain of about 4 for Exeter. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Back to the straight tee for the Blue Hawks. Gravalia, the senior quarterback, with the handoff to Cleese. He's close to a 1st down. Coming up on a key 3rd down and short here. Exeter does not want to go for it on 4th down this deep in their own territory late in the first half. So I would imagine that if they do get stopped here, they would punt. But that's a big if, the way this offense has continued to pick up big 3rd down yardage, or their ability to get the 1st down.
Two prize fighters, John, just going at it.
It feels like that. That's a 1st down for Cleese. Jaden Cleese just following his big blockers on the left side.
He's been their best back tonight by far, I think.
Edmiston has had some nice runs too, to kind of a couple of backbreaker runs in that last drive. But yes, they spread the wealth in the backfield for Exeter. They have so many running plays, they kind of need to do that.
That last scoring drive for Exeter, 15 plays, 69 yards. 15
Dropping
plays.
back to pass, Gravalia rolling, now he's going to run it. Ryan Gravalia looking for an opening, goes to the turf just about a yard or 2 short. And it'll be 2nd down and short for Gravalia. That's such an effective changeup when Exeter does throw the ball. They get you so focused on the run. And a timeout is being taken here, I believe by Exeter took that. 1:26 to go. Here's the drawback when you got a grinded out run offense.
Yeah, time.
A 2-minute offense. Is there one?
Yeah, they throw.
They throw.
They
do?
Yeah, well, Gravalia did last week. He threw a lot against Merrimack. So, you know, it just depends on who they're playing and what they feel. See, they don't want Harris. They're afraid of throwing to a secondary with Harris in it, I'm pretty sure. You know, because he's all over the field.
Respect.
So, you know, once that happens.
At South, at Merrimack.
You know, then you get, you know, in danger. So what's the score at Merrimack? It was 8-0 South.
It's now 14-7 South.
That's a good back and forth game.
Yeah.
I imagine Jason Campo is playing for South tonight. That's who they've missed him all year long, basically.
Dover's beating Winnicott 7-0 in the first quarter. That's early, and so is the Spalding Oyster River Portsmouth game, which is scoreless.
So here you go. 2nd and 2 from the 48-yard line.
1:26 to go, and a throwing play. Gravalia rolling out. It's got some protection. He throws it away.
Yeah,
He's
good idea. He
the
was
pocket.
out of the pocket, so.
Yep.
And that's what they do, John. And if they want to get yardage in a hurry, that's what they have to do. So, you know.
Pass intended for Bill Ball, Jason says.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, for nobody, in other words, because Bill's not about to go out there and catch one.
Well,
1:17 to go.
Bill will do anything to win a
he
football
would love
game.
To, huh? How could Bill Ball not play sports with that name, right?
Oh, he had to.
Yeah. We are a family of ballers. Londonderry over Pinkerton early 7-0.
And that's a team that they haven't beaten in years.
They got the
Their
horses
rival.
to do it this year, right? Well, Exeter's still showing ability to pick up 1st downs and run and move the football. But
North is not going to see the ball again the rest of this half. You pretty much guarantee that.
All right, Joe Namath.
All right, I'm saying.
I don't know. What if they heave one? What if they heave one in the
Curtis
Harris
interception,
show happens?
Maybe. You know.
Yeah. 1:12 to go. They use a timeout. They stop the clock.
Thank goodness I can use a stoppage.
Yeah.
Not many photos because it's just all in the middle of the field. You know, it's just nothing.
Well, it's a team photo in every play.
That's and those don't work.
Everybody's in the frame.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of blue tonight. We had the banner at the beginning of the game that the Titans cheerleaders held up. Our blue is better than you, and that's still a matter to be decided because it's 14-all here with 1:12 to go in the first half. A lot of good and exciting football yet to be played, including right here. What will Exeter do on 1st and 10 from the North 48 with 72 seconds remaining? They talked it over during the timeout, and they're back out in the straight tee with Gravalia under center. And he will hand it off. Pretty big gap there for Spencer Clark. It's a first down for the Blue Hawks. No, maybe it isn't. It's a football short. Excuse me. Not that that matters as much as the time, which is ticking here. Second down, and now the North defense wants a timeout so they can get a breather. Curtis Harris, had to come off the field. Apparently his helmet came off. And he's
no, they've not given him.
He looks all right. He's just walking around down there, but he has to come out for a play. This is the one they throw on?
No.
It's a free play, second down and short, and they're going to run it. Spencer Clark takes it inside the 35, about the 32-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for Exeter. Clock stops momentarily as they reset the markers. Officials timeout. What are they going to talk about? Dante Lorendi going to meet with the head referee right now about something. Kind of an animated discussion there, but I don't know.
7 off the clock. Say again. 7 off the clock.
Taking 7 seconds off the clock.
That helps North. Doesn't hurt them. Again, they're not going to see the ball.
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, he probably asked for
Right.
that, I suppose. Wanted to make sure about that. And they have it at 50 seconds remaining, first half.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Gravalia calling the signals under center. And he will keep it, throw it down the sidelines. Got a man, and it's incomplete. Out of the reach of the outstretched receiver. So that stops the clock. The incomplete pass on the rollout.
37 seconds.
37 seconds, and Gravalia will hand this one off up the middle. Not too much there. Spencer Clark. And the clock is rolling. 25 seconds and counting down. Exeter doesn't seem to be in a huge hurry here to put any more points up on the board. As far as their play calls, they're still trying to find a huge opening and maybe run it in, but now only 10 seconds remains from the 27-yard line. Pass, Gravalia is being pursued. He rolls out, and he's going to go out of bounds with 2 seconds remaining.
Left, so you get an end zone heave coming up.
One more tick came off the clock since we looked at it. 1 second remaining in the first half. Over in Keene, BG leads in the second quarter, 12-7 over the Blackbirds.
Yeah, the Blackbirds have a tall receiver that can haul it in. They will score points against Girton.
Of course, BG favorites in that one, but Keene, of course, at home in the valley of the Blackbirds, putting up a big fight in front of their home fans. 1 second left, and a timeout call by the Titans to talk some strategy after getting a quick glimpse of what looked like the standard Exeter offensive formation. North Band is getting set to perform at halftime here at Stellos. We have the Battle of the Bridge coming up on Nashua ETV.
On Monday, it starts off with field hockey. We'll have the volleyball game, north-south. We'll have the varsity football game, of course, next Friday night, north against south, right here at Stellos. On Saturday, it's a soccer doubleheader, girls and boys from south and north doing battle here at Stellos, starting at 1:30 with the girls game. We'll also have live coverage of the Merrimack at BG football game next Saturday night. So a ton of sports in the offing here on Nashua ETV. First place winners in the sports programming category in the Alliance for Community Media this week. 1 tick left on the clock. Gravalia is going to roll back. He's got time. He throws it into the end zone. It's a jump ball intercepted by Provost. He's going to try a run back. Comes up the sideline. He's got somebody come up from behind, and he's tackled after about a 38-yard interception return.
Okay, well, he did touch the ball. How about that?
Technically, we're outside of the first half since
right.
time expired, but I was going to give you that out. But there was the interception, but Exeter made sure that it came too late. 14-14 is our score at the half. We thought we'd have a good game, and we do certainly have a great one here at Stellos. Stay with us, both on Exeter Blue Hawk Media Channel 13 and Nashua ETV. I'm John Collins along with Tom King. We'll be back with second half action. Meanwhile, keep it here for the North Band at halftime.
Ladies and gentlemen, now entering the field is the Nashua High School North Titans Marching Band and Color Guard under the direction of Kristen Olson. The assistant band director is Elizabeth Nault. Visual design is by Kerry Swift. The drill instructors are Elizabeth Nault and Kevin Swift. Color Guard instructors are Nancy Forty and Wendy Sullivan, and the drumline instructor is Charles Davis. The assistant drumline instructor is Tim Morrow. On the field, the Titans are directed by drum majors Keith Fletcher, Teresa Majewski, and Cohen Smith. Color Guard captains are Tori Dunham and Nicole Peralt. Our show, called Northern Lights, includes Late in the Evening, Enter Sandman, Dream On, and My Songs, Know What You Did in the Dark. Enjoy the show, the Nashua North Marching Band and Color Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause for the Nashua North Titan Marching Band and Color Guard.
Welcome back, everybody, to Stellos Stadium in Nashua as we get set for the second half. North hosting Exeter in a 14-14 game. North scored first, Exeter with the next 2 touchdowns, and then North answered back. Xavier Provost, one of the players that stands out in this contest, ended the first half with an interception of a Ryan Gravalia heave. A last-second try to get some points on the board. The pass was actually intended for Nathan McDonald, who at 6 feet had a few inches on Xavier Provost, but Xavier went up and won that 50-50 ball. He returned it about 38 yards, but it was also the intended receiver, McDonald, that ended up catching up to him in traffic on the far sideline. One of several nice plays that Provost has made. Of course, as the slot back, he has gone out for passes, but also received some handoffs, and he got that nice 33-yard pitch from Curtis Harris for a touchdown for North's second score. The first score was a 5-yard run by Curtis Harris himself to open up the scoring earlier tonight. So 2 touchdowns apiece. Exeter did have that turnover that led directly to the Curtis Harris touchdown drive of 68 yards earlier. So, of course, the Blue Hawks would like to make that their last turnover, other than the desperation heave interception there at the end of the first half. And North needs to avoid turning the ball over, of course, because Exeter will eat up yards and the clock when they get their hands on it. Right now, it's North about to receive the opening kickoff here in the second half, and next best chance to take a lead, barring anything unforeseen here on the special teams play. John Collins along with Tom King on Nashua ETV on a Friday, September 27 of 2019. We also welcome our Blue Hawk viewers on Exeter Blue Hawk Media, Channel 13. The kickoff, end over end, is going to come down at the 20. And it's fielded there by Ed Brassity. Brassity to the right, found a little opening, got himself to the 35. It'll be 1st and 10.
Brassetti made a nice move. No doubt about that. But I'll tell you what, for North, I don't know, John. You know, do you want to score quick if you're them? I don't. I want to hold the ball as much as possible.
Yeah, it just seems to be not their style. I mean, they'll take an explosive 50-yard play whenever they can get it.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
And Curtis Harris back in the shotgun. He's going to keep it. Curtis Harris trying to get outside, and he gets tackled. Pretty good contain. That might be Spencer Clark again. It is. 22, Spencer Clark. Such awareness and good tackling technique. He got Harris down after a gain of only 2. 2nd down and 8 for North. Harris has it again. He puts his head down and dives forward. Close. About 2 yards short of make it 3 yards short of the line to gain, which is the 45-yard line.
That 50-yard run, he still only has 63 yards on the ground. They've really done a job.
They have.
Yep.
Yeah. Not a lot there, especially when he runs interior. Also stumbled a few times trying to get out of the gate. The handoff is to Jaden Espinal. Espinal gets free for the first down and more.
They're not looking for Espinal, John, to get the ball. So that helps him out a little bit.
Yeah. And he's into Exeter territory. Espinal did a great job of field vision there. It looked like there wasn't a lot to run through, and he found an opening. Big score over at the half in Plasto, 34-0. Salem beating Timberlane. Bouncing off the pile and running to the right comes Anthony Green. Green breaks it around the corner to about the 30-yard line. Great carry there by Anthony Green. He bounced it outside literally off the pile and found some running room near sideline. 1st and 10 at the 31. Whatever gain that was on the stat sheet, it was about double the distance for Green, who had to run to the sideline about 30 yards before he turned it upfield. BG now beating Keene 20-7, and Londonderry over Pinkerton 21-7. Still in the first half. Bouncing it outside, Xavier Provost to the 25, and he gets dragged down after a gain of about 8, and he looks like he's hurt. Xavier Provost is writhing on the ground. That would be a big loss for the Titans. It was right at the end of that tackle.
He is in a lot of pain. He's taking the helmet off.
A big guy got him around the shoulder pads there. And
wow, I've never seen a player in that much pain. And the frustrated look on the faces of the Titans in the huddle as they watch their teammate writhe in pain on the ground. Not to be overly dramatic, but he is in pain.
Always the fear when you have these talented skill players and they get tackled in space like that they might go down awkwardly. That appeared to be the case there for Harris, who seemed to be planting his left foot in the turf when he was tackled with the right shoulder. And
Provost, you mean?
Provost, I'm sorry. Provost. And kind of body wrenched around.
And you can hear a pin drop in this place.
Yeah. He's back on his feet, but hobbling.
Yeah,
it would be a shock if Xavier came back into this game after that.
That is a huge loss because he is their other big play back.
Yes. Oh, definitely. He was having a tremendous game as well.
No doubt about it.
And he's being helped off the field right now, putting absolutely no weight on his left foot or right foot either. Both feet are elevated off the turf as he gets helped off. South is ahead of Merrimack 20-7 at the half right now. Dover 7, Winnicott 0. And here we are, 14-14. After that unfortunate turn of events there. It was number.
He's clutching his knee, isn't he?
Yeah, we're looking at the in-house feed, and it looked like his left knee that
buckled.
And it was just a clean tackle totally by Tanner Casey, but unfortunately there's a pass deep and incomplete. Double coverage on the intended receiver, Lucas Cunningham. He's not really open.
No, but Cunningham's a big target. You know, if they can get him involved more in the offense, play-wise, pass-wise, I think that would be a real boon for North. And you know what, John? With Provost out, they're going to have to find some other ways to do things, and that may be one of them.
Yeah.
Cunningham, a kid whose parents did not let him play football until he got to high school. Begged them to play.
In motion is Jaden Espinal. Espinal may be the replacement that they need for Xavier Provost as he explodes for about 10 yards, and he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Tackle made by Dayton Christensen.
That's a 13-yard run for Espinal, and it's 1st and goal at the 10.
Jaden Espinal, next man up, and he's got the carry again. Stiff arm, gets out of bounds inside the 10. Short gain on first down. It is first and goal from the 10, so they got to go the full 10 yards to take the lead here on the ground or in the air.
Who was that on the carry, John?
That was Jaden Espinal again.
Again, and they're going to force feed him, I'm sure.
Yep.
Because they're keying on Harris. It's obvious.
Right. And it looks like Jaden has taken over. He has taken over the Xavier Provost role.
Yeah, he's going to have to.
They're calling the play now, and from the 8, second down. Harris hands it off. It's Green around the side. Green to the 5. Touchdown! Touchdown for the Titans. Anthony Green sprinting around the right side. If there's a flag down, it's against the Titans. The touchdown is coming back.
That's a tough one.
It was great contain for the Titans. Unfortunately, there was something illegal going on, according to the official who tossed the flag for the hold. So, not quite sure who they saw in there. But it negates the go-ahead score, and it's going to push the Titans back quite a ways from the goal line. It was second down and 8. It's probably going to be second and 18.
No, it looks like it's going to be marked at the 14-yard line.
You're right, it's at the 14-yard line.
Yep.
All right. Goal to go from the 14. Espinal in motion. Fakes the handoff to him. Harris trying to get around the side, and he gets pursued. Hit at about the 10. He's out of bounds, maybe around the 8. So back to square one. It's going to be third down. And goal to go from the 8 or 9-yard line.
Touchdown was called back. Anthony Green on the run and a hold. Two tough blows in a row for North. Losing Provost and a touchdown call back.
Going to try it again with Green around the right side. He gets to the sideline, eludes one tackler inside the 5 before he's dragged down. Nice job by Jaden Cleash of getting in the way of Green so he couldn't turn the corner as well as he did on the negated touchdown run. Will they kick the field goal? It looks like they will, yeah.
Really, they are.
Lucas Cunningham going to come out and try the field goal to put him ahead. No, Cunningham also a receiver.
Yep.
He was headed to the middle where you kick him, and now he's out in the sideline where you catch him. And it's a near side. Lucas Cunningham and a whistle. What do we got?
We're going to get a timeout by somebody.
Exeter called timeout.
Yep, because they weren't ready because they were set for a field goal.
Fourth down and goal to go from the 4. The Titans hosting the Exeter Bluehawks, both 3-0 teams entering the night. North took the opening kickoff of the second half, and they made like Exeter as far as taking a bunch of time off the clock while they drove down the field. This is the first possession of the second half, is it not?
Yes, it is.
It's taken almost a full 5 minutes off the clock.
And that's why I say, for them to keep chewing the clock if they can produce points with it. Because Exeter's going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
You score quickly, you give Exeter the chance to get the ball and hold it for a long period of time.
You would not kick the field goal here?
The ball's at the 4-yard line. No, you know what? I wouldn't. You know why? Because I'd make Exeter march 96 yards. You know, I wouldn't. I don't want to kick the field goal. I'd rather than have a 3-point lead, kick the ball off to them. They start at the 35 and they march 65 yards down.
I get it.
You know, that's what I would do. I would go for it. And you know what I would do here? I would go for it with a Harris pass if they can do it.
You want them to roll, have the option to throw?
I'd want them to roll and throw.
Harris is going to roll.
He's going to run.
He's going to run it, and he's in. Curtis Harris.
Well, we got the roll, you know? So.
Yeah. Too much for the Exeter defense on that 4th down play. Curtis Harris makes it happen. 4th and goal from the 4, touchdown. Curtis Harris, 2nd touchdown of the game. First was from 5 yards. That was from 4 yards. Under pressure.
So in my mind,
Harris
that penalty
shines.
actually help them because
Yes. They
kept the ball a little longer.
Yeah, they did. And here comes the extra point from Lucas Cunningham, trying to make it a 7-point lead again. And it's good. It's a 21-14 game of the year so far here at Stellos Stadium. North jumped out to a 7-0 lead. Exeter came back and took a 7-point lead of their own with 2 unanswered touchdowns. North tied it before the end of the first half, and they've come out ablaze here in the second half with a 4.5-minute drive down the field for a touchdown, capped off by the Curtis Harris 4-yard run. It didn't look good when they got the touchdown call back, the Anthony Green touchdown for a holding, but they didn't let that deter them from the go-ahead score in the end. They get it, and now Exeter will have their first offensive touch of the second half. I saw that football score of Salem 34 and Timberlane nothing. That reminded me of Tom's news this week that Timberlane was dropping hockey. That was tough news. There's a run to the right and pulling down the returner at about the 27-yard line was Anthony Green, the two-way player and special teams player for North with the tackle. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Exeter at the 29-yard line. 7:17 to go. Third quarter. Tons of football left to be played in this one to decide which blue is best. The pitch. Spencer Clark trying to find some room far sideline. Not much there. North read that one well and stopped him for a short gain on 1st down. Exeter had been benefiting from 5- and 6-yard runs on 1st down consistently in the first half. That's a nice stop on 1st down for the Titans. 2nd down and 9 for the Blue Hawks. Back into the straight T formation. Ryan Grivalia hands it off. Big hole for Cleach, and he's going to be loose down the sideline for a big gainer. Ball was on the 30 of Exeter, and he takes it all the way to the 48 of North for a 22-yard gain for Jaden Cleach. So that 1st down stop didn't do very much when they get a 22-yard run on 2nd down and 9. 1st and 10 for Exeter now in North territory, trying to answer back the go-ahead score. Grivalia hands it off. No, it's the first guy that touched it that got the handoff. And it takes a while to get Derek Edmiston down onto the ground.
He's done a good job himself. So.
Yeah, he has. He's had some backbreaker runs in this game.
Well, Cleach has had the yardage. Edmiston's had the key runs.
Yeah.
Got 5.
He's a really good guy for weaving his way through traffic is Edmiston.
I'll tell you what the difference in the game is right now. It's one play. Can you pick it out for me?
Oh, boy. How about you're not going to say the Curtis Harris 50-yard run?
No.
I didn't think you were, because that would be too obvious.
Right.
Not the fumble by Exeter?
Yes, the fumble.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Yeah.
North scored off that fumble.
They did. That was an uncharacteristic fumble.
Exactly,
by the
and
Blue
Exeter
Hawks.
was going to march right in.
It seemed like it.
It sure did.
Yeah, that's really swung the game right there. And North did make them pay for that with a 68-yard touchdown drive right after. The handoff. Spencer Clark dives over
right tackle for the first down. So Exeter doing what they did, doing what they do, moving the chains, grinding it out with that straight T run formation. Very rarely do they pass. They are 14 for 20 for passes coming into the game. Granted against weaker opposition, but that shows they only throw the ball about 5 or 6 times a game. The handoff, and it's a keeper. Gravalia is tackled after a gain of about 5. Depending on where they spot it.
I don't think he got that much.
No?
Well, let's see. He was at the 36. So he only got...
He got 4.
No, he only got... he's at the 33, so he only got 3 yards. 2nd and 7 at the 33.
Gravalia hands it off, and up the middle is Cleese. He gets close to the first down, but I think he might be
maybe a
bit
foot
short.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you can see where they spot it.
Right.
Yeah, it's a generous spot. Really generous spot.
It's at the 27-yard line.
I don't understand why you look at the sideline while you spot the ball, because there's no official over there with his foot down.
Well, they look to see the chains.
Yeah, but he just should put the ball down where he thinks he should put the ball down and then look at the chains. If you know what I mean.
3rd and inches.
Gravalia turns around, hands it off to Jaden Cleese. He's easily got the first down.
Yep. North's problem is finding the football, John. That's you have to look to find the ball, and that hesitation, that split second, gives Exeter the opportunity to make their push.
Right.
And North is caught flat-footed. So they were just at the 33 a few minutes ago. Now they're at the 24.
Sean Collins, the center for Exeter, a key player in the interior of that line.
1st and 10.
One of the co-captains on this team, and he's one of the reasons why they got holes like this. Except this time, the Titans step up and stop.
And I think
the
one of the
Blue
reasons
Hawks.
why is they tried to dart to the left a little bit, and that gave North some time to set.
Yeah, Edmiston couldn't do his usual weave through traffic act right there, as he was hit right at the line of scrimmage and dropped for no gain.
We haven't seen that very often.
No. 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 9, they ripped off a 22-yard run last time. They're going to go to
Edmiston again.
Edmiston, and again, the Titans do a good job of keying on him and stopping him for short yardage.
Got him as he sweeps for 3. So it would be 3rd and 7. But right here for Exeter, it's 4-down territory as the clock continues to tick. 2:31 left to play in the quarter. I give it to Cleese. I haven't seen them stop him yet tonight.
And a lot of shifting going on defense for the Titans. What do we have? Timeout. North. They were a little bit uncomfortable there on defense on 3rd and long. No doubt 2-down territory for the Blue Hawks, trailing by 7. .217 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. The Panthers up 27-7 now over Merrimack. South on the road doing well. Bedford 21-7 over Memorial. As Pete's actually showing me a feed of the game up in Manchester, Bedford TV, right? Yeah, a lot of screens going on. Not on the field, though. No screen passes on the field to be had tonight so far. We've had some pitches and a whole bunch of runs out of the straight tee for Exeter. Simulcasting tonight's live broadcast on Nashua ETV, along with Exeter Blue Hawk Media, Channel 13. Welcome to our Seacoast viewers. You are seeing the game of the week for sure, right here. Ryan Gravalia
Hands off, double handoff. Spencer
Lot of
Clark
space.
ends up with it, and he bounces off a tackler and gets close to the first down marker.
A lot of space with the counter play. Because that basically, you're giving it to a back who they may not be keying on, but also everybody's going one direction.
It was a third down and long. Now it's fourth and very short, but it's still fourth down. They had not run that counter, I think, previously to tonight. So that
They're going
comes.
to measure that. Let me see.
That really amounts to a gadget play for
About
Exeter,
2 chain links, it looks like.
considering the
About two-
conservative play
There's
calls.
the close-up right there. If the producer might move back a little bit. There we go. About 2 chain links.
Good zoom by our cameraman Tim O'Neill to pick that up. Tim is perched actually on top of the press
That was a
box
great
here.
zoom.
Yeah. He's getting the close-ups and the wide shots. So under 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Time not a factor right now. Defense versus offense. Just about a goal line stand early. 4th and inches. Last time was 4th and short. Gravalia turned around and handed it off to Cleach. See what he does here. Turns around, hands it off, and a good submarine tackle try there by Devin Brassity. But it was a first down dive forward for the Blue Hawks. Pretty sure he got more
I
than
would
enough.
give them 10 out of 10 chances.
Yeah.
You know, the way they
On
run
that?
football.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Yep.
Right. So it's 1st and 10. They can get a first down on the 3 without getting, on the 2 without getting a touchdown. As the blue machine rolls down the field. And again, a stop on first down.
Looked like Clark. No, it wasn't.
Edmiston gets up off the bottom of the pile,
All right.
and it's a gain of
2.
1 or
About
2.
2 to the 11.
So North's done this quite a bit on this drive by Exeter. They have come up with some first down stops, but they haven't been able to piggyback it on second and or third down with more stops. And the throw is
Wide
complete. Knocked out of bounds at the 1. A reception made by Jaden Cleach, got open. That caught the North defense by surprise.
Yes, it did. And that's when you throw it if you're Exeter. You don't throw it every play. You throw it when they least expect it.
North was all in on the run, and Cleach was all by himself as a result. And it is a first down. 1st and goal from the 1. And the handoff. They're gonna
2-2, he's in.
They're gonna say touchdown.
Yeah, standing up.
Spencer Clark carries it in 1 yard out, and it is now a 21-20 game with the extra point to come. The Exeter point, and they must make, of course. Every point counts.
That's their second 15-play drive.
The kicker is Nolan Elmore for Exeter, and it's blocked.
Wow.
Getting in there, Lucas Cunningham, and there are no flags. Luke Cunningham timed it perfectly. That could be the play of the game.
It could be. That's huge.
We shall see. Half a minute to go in the third quarter. The all-important fourth quarter still to be played. But that block by Luke Cunningham is the difference in the game right now as we head toward the fourth quarter. 21-20, North remains on top. Next week, Exeter will be hosting Winnicott. Seacoast rivals doing battle. I believe that's an afternoon game. And here, next week it'll be north-south on a Friday night under the lights. Elmore kicking off for Exeter. High, end over end, is going to come down at the 10-yard line. And Harris does a nice job of tipping it to himself and returning it. He's got a little seam up the middle. Curtis Harris spins ahead to the 36-yard line. Good tackle made by Owen Roth, or else Harris might have broken it the distance. And it'll be 1st and 10 for North at their 37-yard line. Curtis Harris, the dynamic quarterback / running back for the Titans. Does a lot of running, of course, as the Exeter defense well knows, having watched the video. And Jaden in motion, going to get the handoff. And Jaden Espinal with a gain of about 3. He was at the 37. They'll mark it at the, well, they mark it closer to the 41, so we'll give him 4. And we'll say 2nd and 6. It was actually a 3.5-yard gain. I don't know if you want to round up. And it looks like we have a timeout being called here. And a strange. Oh, that's the end of the third quarter. I had myself in the 4th quarter already. That was the end of the 3rd quarter right there, that running play. So North will take a lead into the 4th, 21-20. We had 7-0, 7-7, 14-7 Exeter, 14 all, 21-14 North, and still 21-20 North after the missed extra or the blocked extra point. As Luke Cunningham came in unblocked, a sprint from the right side to get all over that Elmore extra point kick. You just don't see that on extra point conversions usually. "12 minutes up on the scoreboard. That's all that's remaining here in this tremendous high school football battle of unbeatens. Exeter at 3-0, North at 3-0. Both had amassed huge point totals entering the game. North with wins of 35-8, 36-0, and 41-6 over Winnicott, Spalding, and Dover. And Exeter 29-6, 49-7, and 41-7 over BG, Keene, and Merrimack. And here we are, 1 point difference between the two entering the 4th quarter. 2nd down, 7 yards to go. Ball on the 41-yard line of North. Curtis Harris with Brian Mwangi, the lone running back, to his left. Jaden Espinal is in motion. And the handoff is to Espinal. He stumbles and he's going to be tackled for a loss finally. Making no gain on the, actually it was a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 3rd and long here for North. Just couldn't turn the corner. Great pursuit by the Exeter defense, protecting the wide side against Curtis Harris and Espinal. North certainly needed to cut it up faster than they did. And Espinal ended up getting overwhelmed by the Blue Hawk pursuit. 3rd down and 9 make it. Ball at the 38, rolling out Harris.
Oh, he's got Cunningham wide open.
And he gets tripped up again. Again, it's Spencer Clark.
He's not experienced at throwing the ball. Cunningham was wide open. He's got to let it go. Instead, Harris was running, couldn't see him, and was waiting to roll out and throw.
Unfortunate.
You've got to deliver the ball quickly. They've got to work on that.
It'll be on the video, I'm sure.
Quicker passes.
Yeah. It was there to be had. He just didn't get rid of it.
He was wide open.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Spencer Clark's got some kind of thing for tripping up people.
And they lost 12 yards on that play.
The punt is away. Pretty good one. Fair catch call for it, the 45.
Give Exeter a fairly short field to do their thing.
To do their thing. And, you know, mad respect for Exeter's offense, how they churned it out down the field. But it is mind-numbing to watch.
It's their typical
you know
offense,
what I mean?
you know, and
Yeah.
they're able to do it to perfection.
I guess. There's got to be a way to blow that thing up, though. If you know one run's coming
Just
up.
got
the
to
other.
watch your key.
Yep. Here's the handoff, and some hard-nosed running again, like Cleach off left tackle. They'll stop the forward progress at the 49. So a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. This is where they seem to be able to come up with a play that avoids a stop. When I say a stop, I mean 1 or 2 yards. They seem to always get a nice chunk right here when they need it on 2nd down and long. The handoff and wrapping up this time. It's close to a stop at the 48-yard line.
That was Clark on the carry.
Nice wrap-up tackle.
Now Clark dove forward. They didn't give him much forward progress. I would have given him another yard.
Yeah, that was 47 for North. Justin Edwards that had the textbook tackle there. 3rd down and 5. Big play here. 21-20. Exeter trails, opening possession of the 4th quarter. And the handoff. He's got it. He's keeping it. Gets around the edge. Nice move.
He's gone.
And he may be gone. Down the sideline for the touchdown. What a play by Ryan Gravalia.
Great
Ryan
fake.
Gravalia, 48 yards for the score.
Great fake. And they just missed the tackle from behind. And
Chris
he was
Acevedo
gone.
could not get a hold of him.
No, and he was just gone.
And down the
Absolutely
sideline,
gone.
48 yards. A quick strike this time by Exeter. They take the lead 26-21. Gravalia doing his Curtis Harris impression right there. Harris has a 50-yard run in this game, and now Gravalia's got a 48-yarder for the score. Some sort of a delay here involving the ref. Was that a penalty that came after? Celebration or something like that? Was it? Dante Lorendi is going to talk to one of the officials about what's going on here. They're going for 2. They're going to try to tie this thing. Ball's at the 1.5-yard line. And Exeter's going to try, not going to try to tie it up, but they're trying to get that missed extra point back. Gravalia, the signals. Cleach, hit.
Got it.
Backs into the end zone. 2 points. 28-21, the Blue Hawks lead with 9.5 minutes left in the contest. Ryan Gravalia with a huge play and basically making that blocked extra point by Luke Cunningham a nice memory, but not a game breaker. So it is on, the pressure is on North now to go down the field and try to tie this thing up. And on the Curtis Harris-led offense, once they get the kickoff, that is. The outstanding image for me in that 48-yard run by Gravalia was when he kind of jumped up in the air sideways like he was slipping through, I don't know, a closing sliding door, and made his way. Then he just sprinted down the sideline. It was like a 35-yard sprint after that when he did that sideways jump move, eluding all of the North tacklers. Kickoff now
It's just a
for.
classic run by Carvalho. It really was.
Yes.
A classic fake, too.
Yes. There goes that short onside kick type of thing. Nice.
Espinal's got it, but he's
Espinal.
got nowhere to run. He runs it out of bounds.
Yeah. He was the sure-handed guy who fielded the last one they did like that. So decent field position here for the Titans to start off 1st and 10 with 9:15 to go. Clock's running. I thought they stopped it after kicks, but I guess not. It's just running. They didn't stop it. It was at 9:17 at one point. When that ball came down, that was like 8 seconds ago. I guess they keep time down on the field so they can know what the discrepancy is.
Yeah, they always do.
Yeah. We'll have to 9:27, so I was 10 seconds late.
Yeah,
it
it was
actually
it was 9:32 when he scored. So
right. So that only took 5 seconds that play. So back on offense, Nashua North, Curtis Harris at quarterback. The handoff is to Green. He's got a blocker. Anthony Green dives forward for a big chunk of change on 1st down. He gets the ball across the 40. That's a stingy mark. They're going to put it at the 40. All right. Second and 3. 7-yard gain for Green on 1st down. Flag flies. Green around the left tackle, and he's got 1st down yardage. Hit to the turf by Yuli Ellis. We'll see what the flag is. Came from the side judge. Illegal procedure against the Titans. He called it after the ball was snapped, something you do not normally see.
Right.
Yeah. The play was in. You're supposed to whistle that dead, aren't you, when you see illegal procedure? They let the whole play roll out. That's a big call because instead of 1st and 10, close to midfield, it's now 2nd down and 9, and the ball's at the 35. Green around the right side. He's got Mwanga as a blocker, and he's got a 1st down. All right, let's see the spot, actually. Yeah, I think they have it by maybe the length of a football.
Wow.
This official over here.
Wow, that is a.
This near side. This
yeah.
near side official had it. He had it marked at both the.
Yeah,
all right, there you go. They gave it to
him.
him. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, he got the 8 yards.
Yeah, 1st and 10.
Clock's ticking, 8:25. I mean, they could beat Exeter. I mean, they're going to try to beat Exeter at their own game, I would imagine.
Harris rolling. He's got a couple of blockers.
He's got a crease.
And he's past the 50 before he's tripped up on the fly. Gain of about 8 as they mark it at the 49.
I tell you, the one thing you always worry about with Curtis Harris touching the ball so much is what we saw happen to Xavier Provost. It's the one thing you worry about, and I saw him wince just a little bit when he got up on that play.
That was a
And
hard
I don't
fall,
know if
man.
he was wincing at the fact that he didn't score.
Oh, yeah.
Or not.
Back on his feet, 2nd and 2. And Green's got it. Green's got a lunge forward, and he's right near the mark to gain again. Needed 2. He might have got just that. It's
That was not Green. That was Brian Mwangi on the carry. 41.
Mwangi.
41.
Okay.
So they're using everybody.
Mwangi, 2 yards.
close.
We're going to actually measure this.
Let's see. Can we get another zoom?
He says he's a few inches short.
Yeah, he's about a chain link short.
I think that was the right spot, too. So it's third down, I think.
3rd and 1.
It's one chain link,
Third
Tom.
and 1. That's what I said. One
Tim's
chain
in
link.
there, yep.
Yep.
And
Yep.
wow.
I saw that from here.
You could
I
actually,
did.
you could
I
probably,
saw one chain link.
you
from
could probably
here.
do CPR on the football and pick up that chain link.
Yeah, maybe.
Like just push down on it.
Shotgun.
Yep,
Does anybody take the ball under center anymore?
Exeter.
Yeah, that's true. Exactly. That's it. That's it. They're the
That's
only
it.
ones.
Yep. Does anybody else take it under center? No. Harris dances his way well past the first down marker, and he's got it to the 41 for the
He
first
had a
down.
good fake because he had me faked out.
Yeah, they did. That moves the chains for sure.
Down to the 41, he got 6.
Clock ticking down to the 7-minute mark as North moves the chains to the 41-yard line, 1st and 10. Harris has 3 receivers split to the wide side right, and he's going to give it to Green up the middle, and there's nothing there as he's yanked backwards for no gain. Tackle made up front by Sean Collins, the two-way player, the nose tackle and center for Exeter's. Not a big guy as far as height-wise, but 225 and a lot of time in the weight room, I am told, in the off-season. That's why he can play the nose and center so effectively. Shotgun snap to Harris. He's going to keep it. And he runs outside. He's got some room. Curtis Harris turns it up. He's free. Curtis Harris, the 10.
Yep.
Touchdown, Nashua North. Curtis Harris, his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And I'll tell you what
from
happens.
41 yards out.
When he makes that cut, if there's a crease, he bursts through it quicker than anybody you see, and he's gone.
Made it look easy after he burst through that crease, as Tom said. And that was a 40-yard dash +1 for Curtis Harris. And speaking of +1, they need this extra point to tie it up at 28 all. 6:22 to go, and you know already Exeter's coach and coaching staff are formulating a plan to take all the time remaining off the clock and score. There's the kick, and it is good. We're tied at 28. Lucas Cunningham comes through with a pressure PAT.
4 for 4.
28 all. This game is coming down to the final moments. Onside kick time, Tom?
No.
You really want to see the Exeter grind out show?
You know, you got to play defense.
Just got to count on that.
Yep.
I like to see an onside kick that's about 60 feet in the air, right off the tee, like a trick kick, so that you can go down and just make it a jump ball. It's hard to do, though. I'm pretty sure it's probably impossible to do, but figure out a way to kick the ball off the tee so it goes directly up in the air and comes down. And Luke Cunningham can recover his own kick. Actually, the kickoff duty is going to Sam Nichols. Sam Nichols. Low ground ball. And it bounces into the hands of Jaden Cleash. Cleash dives forward.
Yeah, they're getting too good. Their field position is too good to start.
Yeah, that's at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Blue Hawks. They just go to work on offense. It does feel like work watching it. Everybody has their job to do, blocking the guy in front of them and opening some holes. And every once in a while, though, you will see a 48-yard Ryan Gravalia run for a touchdown, as we did in their last possession, to light up the scoreboard. This one's up the middle, and Cleash, short gain on 1st down.
Gain of 3. 2nd down and 7. Straight T formation for Exeter. Under 6 minutes to go in a tie game, 28-28. The pitch. And making his way through traffic niftily was Derek Edmiston. Again, showing that ability to find seams and openings. And got some valuable 2nd down yards. Again, it was 2nd down and 7. And he makes it, Edmiston with that carry makes it 3rd and 1. Could be punting situation though if North could come up with the stop of the game right here on 3rd and 1. The handoff and up the middle. They just get such a good surge, that Exeter front line.
That's just it. It's not just the
yeah,
thinking,
there's
it's
no
the front
penetration
line.
going on.
None at all.
They move the pile a good 2 yards to the right. And the running backs for Exeter just need to fall forward a lot of the time, and they get that 1 or 2 yards to gain. Not being met in the backfield, which is really all you can, the only way you can stop on 3rd and 1.
They could conceivably hold the ball the rest
Yes.
of the game.
And Gravalia gets stuffed outside.
that's
So
a big
another
play.
1st down stop.
Exactly.
But here comes 2nd down.
It's maddening, isn't it?
Yes. Here comes 2nd and 3rd down. What do you think of a Gravalia pass right here? If I'm thinking it, I'm sure it's crossed North's mind. I mean, it's 2nd down and like 10 and a half right here, but they just so confident in this running game. Keep your eye on Cleach wherever he is. He rolls out, he's gonna throw it. Cleach is looking for it, he's near side, he's under pressure, he's gonna throw it away.
Yep, smart move.
Hey, guessed right that time.
Smart move.
And North guessed right. They had double coverage on number 15 on the Gravalia rollout. Hey, it's 3rd down and long. Huge play coming up right here. Huge opportunity for the Titans defense to come up with a stop and get possession back for the potential go-ahead score. Exeter's going to dig into their playbook and dig down deep to try to make sure that they don't give up possession here, but they're going to have to earn it. 3rd down and long. 3:48 to go in the ball game. And the ball game hangs in the balance right on this play. Titans want that ball back. Timeout's going to be called, and they're going to talk some strategy. And the Titans know just how big a play that this is.
I love timeouts in high school football. It helps me catch up. Really does. Well, we haven't seen Exeter in a 3rd and long all night. Not that I can recall. So, I'd say they're going to roll Gravalia out and either pitch it or throw it. That's what I would do. I mean, they can't run it. I don't think they can do the fullback dive or halfback dive. So I would say either counter it, some kind of misdirection, to set up a 4th down and short, or have Gravalia roll out and either run it or throw it. Actually, I'd go, if I were them, I'd go with the play he scored the touchdown on. You know, that's what I would.
That would be a rollout to the left.
Roll out to the left, but they don't have that room. But they still might try it. That left side has been very vulnerable at times for Nashua, or that right side of the Nashua North line.
Or will we see a play that has not been pulled out of the playbook yet tonight?
Yeah, we'll see.
Some kind of a gadget thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. 3rd down and long. 3:48 remaining. Tie game, 28-28. Will Exeter be able to convert? Cleach has it. It's a straight carry, and he's going to be tackled after a gain of 2.
Yeah, that was
nothing too creative at all there.
At all, and a run to the short side. That was strange. You come out of a timeout with that call? Very strange.
They didn't want to throw it
No.
in a passing down, a passing situation.
So they got 3 yards. Oh, not barely. They got 2 yards on that. 4th and 8 at the 48-yard line.
And Curtis Harris is back to return.
Yep.
Gravalia punts it. End over end. It's going to fall short, but it's a good Exeter bounce.
Yeah,
and it gets inside the 15.
I think you've got to figure out a way to field that ball.
Fair catch it. Yeah.
You've got to. You can't let that ball roll that deep.
No.
Harris was back too deep.
He kind of overestimated how far
And
Gravalia was going to punt it.
And
Yeah.
it looked like he froze.
Yeah. I mean, you see those guys. I mean, Edelman's done it for years on TV. The coolness under pressure to make those fair catches that those pro guys have to do. But there's hell to pay if they don't. So they have to make the catch.
Yeah,
they don't want to face their coaches when they come off the field and
No
the ball bounces 20 yards down the field. So they'd rather face the onslaught, the stampede, than they would their coach. They don't make the fair catch.
1st and 10 at the 12 with 3:05 to play.
Harris is going to hand it off. Green, and he gets slowed down a bit. Forward progress.
Yeah, he got to about the 14.
Yeah. Just a.
This isn't good, though, John. You
Yeah.
don't want to play a field position game with Exeter. You lose if you do that.
The contain on that play was by number 8, Ryan Gravalia, the quarterback, the two-way player with the big stop there to get his hands on Green and slow him down to stop a big gain, what would have been. 2nd and long. Harris has some blockers, turns it up the slot. Curtis Harris has a first down. He dives forward past the 30. And is he all right?
That's just it. Didn't look it, did it? Looked like he was a little shaken up.
Yeah. He's limping slightly, but he's right back on his feet. Curtis Harris, the hopes of the North team and their fans reside
And they're going no huddle.
in number 21 right now.
17
No huddle.
yard run.
2:15 to go as the clock rolls. Harris going to hand this off. Green has one blocker. He turns it up. Anthony Green to the 40, the 50, and he just gets pulled down past midfield. Number 81 on the touchdown saving tackle, Sam Snow.
You saw what I saw, the hole, and it was just a question of whether Green could make the cut or not.
He did turn it up. A big gain for North. We are getting close to the 2-minute mark. They freeze the clock for the moment to
22
reset.
yards.
22?
Yep.
Felt like more, but it could have been more if it was not for Sam Snow's big tackle. And Green limping a little bit as he comes off to the sideline after that run.
1st and 10, ball at the Blue Hawk 47-yard line.
In the shotgun, Curtis Harris as we look right down the midfield stripe. He'll hand it off. Jaden Espinal looking for an opening. Espinal comes back this way, cuts it up. Espinal with a nifty run for 10 yards and I believe a North first down. Let's see.
Oh, we have a penalty.
Oh no, they called a
Chop block.
a block in the back. Wow.
He's engaged. The kid flips around while he's engaged. It's not.
Jason Roby, who is the former North coach on the PA, says that he flipped around while they were engaged.
Flags at the 41, so I'll push it back to the 49.
So we lost our signal for the past 2 minutes, Tom. If you want to recap what happened.
Well, basically, Curtis Harris with a 17-yard run, and Anthony Green a 22-yard run, and then we have the 5-yard,
What a
10-yard
huge penalty call that was. Under 2 minutes to go now. Harris looking for an opening, going up the middle, and he gets back to probably about the 48. And it's going to be 2nd down and 11. A questionable block in the back call. Instead of 1st and 10 inside the 40, it's 2nd and 11 here near midfield. 1:20 to go as the clock continues to roll. Tie game, 28-28. Espinal has it. Jitter step outside. Gain of about 3 or 4. It's going to be 3rd and long here for the Titans.
Ball at the 43-yard line.
5 on that, so it's 30. Yeah, Exeter does. And I'll tell you what,
Exeter
when
trying
they
to
were
play
at the
for overtime?
37 they want to play for overtime. They were at the 37 before that penalty. I was thinking a Cunningham field goal. That's what I was thinking.
45 seconds to go. The clock is rolling. Harris sprinting to the left, looking for an opening. Curtis Harris gets to the sideline and out of bounds. He got a first down, and he gets hit way out of bounds, and Sam Snow is going to get flagged.
Wow, yep.
15 yards tacked on with 31 seconds to go. A huge personal foul against the Blue Hawks. Normally a disciplined unit. So Snow, who made a touchdown-saving tackle earlier in this North drive, got a little bit too over-exuberant there to stop Harris and hit him late and got flagged. And let's see where they mark it off from. It's going to be, I think they're going to take this thing down to the 20.
Who was the culprit?
Sam Snow, 81.
81. Ouch.
It is on the 20, 1st and 10. 31 seconds to go.
Oh,
and
now they're in field goal range.
really,
They're close
37?
Close to it for Cunningham. For Cunningham.
Lucas Cunningham?
Yeah, close to it. Close. Close.
Close to it.
They'll get.
They're going to get an opportunity one way or the other.
What they're going to do here is they're going to run Harris a couple of times, I think, and try to get down maybe to the 10 if they can get that far.
Timeouts remaining.
Timeouts, 2 for Exeter, 1 for North.
2 for Exeter, 1 for North. Quarterback.
Whistles.
What do we have? Exeter timeout. They're going to burn one of those 2 timeouts. Game is coming down to the last seconds. 28-28. 31 ticks left. Exeter got a look at the North formation. Jason, you call it a quarterback ISO by himself. He did have Brian Mwanga as in like a fullback position, but it clearly looked like they were just going to give the ball to Harris and let him run with it. A pass might be a surprise here, of course. And we are told that Luke Cunningham hit a 45-yarder in practice once.
Kid who did not, his parents would not let him play football. Until,
Great story.
Yeah. I did it.
I know.
Yeah.
One of thousands of stories.
You kind of, you asked the coaches at the start of preseason, okay, who can we do something on? And they were like, this guy, that guy. This guy, Cunningham. They pointed me to him.
Beautiful.
It's nothing I do, you know.
Now, North with their version of a straight T almost, but standing in the middle of it is Curtis Harris. And he's going to hand it off to Green. Green sweeping around the right side. He's got some room. Anthony Green cuts it up to the 13 or so. And will they call a timeout? 20 seconds. The clock's rolling.
I'd say the timeout until you want to line him
There's
up.
a flag. That'll stop the clock. What's that for?
Oh, it's at the 17.
It's the same judge that keeps flagging Nashua North.
And that's not going to be good for North, I don't think. Or is it? Fans are cheering. Oh, they picked it up.
They waved it off.
So that was Green on
whatever
that carry.
It was.
2nd and 3 at the 13. 21 seconds left. You save that timeout, John, until you want to line up for a field goal.
Whistle. What do we have? We have a timeout taken by Exeter. They're taking their final timeout. 17 seconds remain.
You save that timeout until, if you have to kick a field goal, you want to be able to do it with the timeout.
Yeah, you don't be.
Otherwise, you can also spike the ball.
Okay.
So you can do that.
Yeah, clock it.
Yeah, you can clock it.
Yeah.
So.
But it's good to be North right now in a tie game with the chance to win it. Exeter trying to hang on here and hope for some sort of a stop or a missed field goal maybe if it comes to that and play overtime. One of these teams will be 3-1. One of these teams will be undefeated.
See, when I talked to
here
Cunningham,
tonight.
it was about being a receiver, not so much about being a kicker.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
This is.
Yep.
This is interesting.
It is. And maybe
on 2nd and 12, North will just take a shot into the end zone here. But they look like they were about to run it left. Kind of gave it away a little bit. I don't know if they'll go back to the same play with Harris running left with blockers. They do want to get it to the middle of the field. Harris. And he's going to be tackled at the 16.
See, I run it straight ahead. I don't do that. You've got to keep it in the middle.
And the clock's running. They got to call timeout. They got to call the timeout. And they are in the strange position of being on the left hash mark.
That's just not a good play.
2 seconds left.
Don't run wide in that situation. There's no reason to.
Yeah, you want to make it more like an extra point
exactly.
angle, right?
You do. This does not look good for them to have to kick from that angle.
Yeah.
And not only that, Johnny loses 3 yards.
Oh.
So another,
worst
that's
case
why
scenario.
I go straight ahead. They were in perfect shape.
Here's what I would have done. I would have thrown a pass in the back of the end zone to Cunningham.
Don't put the ball in the air. Run it straight ahead. All right, that's what you want to do. Middle of the field, straight ahead.
Yeah.
You don't want to take any chances at a turnover or what you saw just happen. And if there was a clip on that play, they would have gone back 10, 15 yards.
Yeah, that would have been a disaster.
You run it straight ahead. It limits the penalties, and it limits the turnover opportunity.
What kind of celebration will we see if Luke Cunningham makes this kick right now?
It is at the 23-yard line, a 33-yard field goal attempt.
Cunningham lining it up. He's got to kind of angle it to the right. Right-footed kicker. There's up. It is. Good. Luke Cunningham hits the field goal from 33 yards, and with no time left on the clock, the North Titans get it done. Luke Cunningham wins it with a field goal from 33 yards. North 31, Exeter 28. What a football game.
Cunningham's kick is up, and it is good, and the Nashua North Titans win at the buzzer, 31-28.
Fantastic football under the Friday night lights here at Stellos. That ball looked perfect right off of the tee, right off of the hold, I should say, on contact from Luke Cunningham. End over end, high and true, straight through the uprights, even from the tough angle. What a thrilling finish to this contest. Luke Cunningham coming through under pressure. Great job on the hold. Jade Espinal was the holder on that game-winning kick by Luke Cunningham. This game was better than the pregame hype. 31-28, the Titans win it, and what may be a playoff preview. We'll see how the dominoes fall. This Exeter team is not going anywhere but up and onward. As good as they are. What a contest this was. For Tom King and our cameraman Tim O'Neill capturing all the action upstairs, and my executive producer Pete Johnson, I'm John Collins, thanking also our Exeter viewers for coming along for this great ride. Exeter Blue Hawk Media, Channel 13, and Doug York, their production coordinator. I'm John Collins saying thank you for watching and good night from Stellos Stadium, everybody.